excited to see them all coming home?
Oh, absolutely, can't wait, you know. It's going to be such an emotional moment, but because they've been gone for so long now, but the joy that's in our hearts to see them is absolutely awesome.
Where and when will you see them?
Stansted.
You're going to the airport?
Yeah, we're all going.
Today,
Oh, fantastic. Well, let's hope if they make it.
Yeah.
They're not there at the moment, which is a bit worrying. Just tell me where you were then, Corletta, last night watching the final. Who was with you?
We were all just sat in the sitting room, myself, my husband, my daughter Chantel, my grandson, my granddaughter. She's a bit too young to understand it all, and also a friend that was with us. So we were all just sat there glued. We couldn't wait for 9 o'clock to come.
And what did you think Gabby and Marcel's chances were at that point?
Well, obviously, in my heart, I feel they were winners already because they've made it through to the last 4. And obviously, you want your child to win, you know? But we were happy.
And they looked very happy, didn't they? Look at them there, holding hands. They were very
They were
smiling.
happy. They were very happy. And we were so proud to the journey that they've had together and the love that they're showing for each other.
And is it real love,
Yes.
do you think, Paula? Because, you know, I think that she was very reluctant, Gabby, wasn't she, to say the love word to start with, because she said it's all so new. Then, of course, there was the whole lie detector test. What did you make of that?
It was tough to watch, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I felt for Gabby.
Yeah.
And why do you think that happened to her? What was going on, do you think?
She blamed the machine, as in, it is a machine at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah.
But maybe it was just, it depends do you love somebody or in love with somebody?
Exactly. Exactly.
And where were you last night? Where did you watch the final?
My mum came round. We had some friends round, just all the lads and my mum.
All shouting, got a text.
Well, wherever you were watching it, everybody seems to be watching it, Lucy Cave. Why has it turned out to be such a sensation? Biggest TV show of the year so far?
It has been the reality TV hit. I mean, it's crossed every single kind of demographic and class divide. I've heard, like, 70-year-olds sitting watching it and young kids watching it, and it's just been a real talking point. I think it's been pure escapism. It's really down to the casting as well, because it's been edited really well, and the characters in there have been brilliant. But although on paper, it sounds like they're all kind of all they're doing is doing it in bed. It's not to do with that at all. It's really about relationships and the interplay between each other, and it's just been fascinating to watch. It almost goes back to when Big Brother was at its heyday, when it was just a real kind of look at society, I think.
Yeah. Well, other TV programmes are going to have to re-examine and re-look at how they do things, because this seems to be the template to follow. Are we going to see a lot of spin-offs or shows that are copycats of Love Island?
Yeah, there are going to be. I mean, first of all, if you are having withdrawals for Love Island, obviously we've got Sunday's show, the reunion show. There's talk there's going to be getting them back together to follow the couples to see how they get on in the autumn and in January as well. They're talking about bringing it forward in January. But there's a show on Channel 5 called Make or Break, which starts in a couple of weeks' time, and that will run from Monday to Friday for 2 weeks, which is 8 couples in Mexican tropical paradise re-evaluating their relationships and having to date other people to see whether they should be on a break or whether they should stay together. So that's another one.
You fancy a break? I think we should just find out.
Him.
Should we be on a break?
Yeah, what do you think?
So that's going to be a good one to watch as well. And there's a talk that there's another show for ITV called Dating the Enemy, which is pitting boys against girls in a battle for cash.
Of course, they all have to come out of these shows eventually, and then real life, because it is a bubble, Love Island, isn't it? We've all been watching them. It's, you know, fabulous weather and all in the villa, and it's all very close. And then real life starts. How do you think the two of them are going to get on the outside? Do you think this is a relationship that has legs? Is it going to last?
I feel that they've got such a solid foundation because they've grown with each other, they know each other's faults, they haven't pushed anything, so I think it's a good base that they've got, and I'm rooting for them all the way through.
Since we saw you, all the families went in on Sunday. Twitter has been awash, social media, we're talking about Gabby's hot brother and saying that's who we want to see in Love Island next year.
I mean, I'll obviously take it, but it's not about me, it's about Gabby, so I just...
But is it something, you know, Lucy said it's already been commissioned for next year. Was it something you'd consider?
No, I don't think
Also
it's
of the
for me.
week.
Yeah. No, not for you? Why not?
No, I don't think so. Just my line of work and what I'm in currently, I don't think it suits me, but it's not that I'm not behind the show. It's an amazing show. I've watched every episode, like, I love it, but just not not for me, unfortunately.
It's interesting, actually, isn't it, Paula? Because you know, if your daughter brings home a new boyfriend, it normally takes a while. You know, they're dating. There's a bit of a build-up, and you've kind of you've observed this whole relationship and hadn't even met him. So how's that going to be for the two of you now, watching this grow on the outside? Are you planning a get-together or family dinner?
Yeah, we will. Yeah. It's funny because I feel like I know him.
Yeah.
And actually meeting him, he's exactly how I've seen him on the TV, and he's totally charming, and I can see how Gabby is so natural around him.
Very sadly, you lost your husband and Gabby and Ethan's dad 4 years ago. What do you think he'd make of all this?
Gosh.
You made up.
Yeah.
Absolutely made up.
Yeah.
She's made us so proud, and
she has,
definitely he'd be
him.
grinning from ear to ear.
And you know that she was thinking of him a lot because some of the things she was wearing. What was that?
She wore his sunglasses mainly. At the beginning of the show, it was all his glasses, and then...
She wears his rugby shirt from 1983 Canada tour, which I personally wanted to have myself, but she kept it.
It
was
the
grey T-shirt she had on in bed all the time.
Well, very sad that he didn't get to see her doing this, but like
I
you
think
said,
he did.
I'm sure he did.